watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio, streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, May 15th. I'm Chris Palermo, and here's what's happening. An officer-involved shooting happened at approximately 7 p.m. Tuesday night in the area of Boonarch Road and Lola Lane. News 25 caught up with Sheriff Joe McGill for the details.
Hi, I'm Sheriff McGill. This evening, Tuesday evening at about 7:30, the NCSO received a call in reference to requesting a welfare check on an individual at an address here on Boonarch. Deputy responded and approached the residence, knocked on the door and announced, and the door came open and the occupant inside the premises came out with a handgun firing shots at our deputy. The deputy retreated and took cover and returned fire, and the suspect went down. The suspect was taken into custody, and it was found that he had a superficial gunshot wound. The deputy was uninjured. The suspect was treated at Desert View Hospital and is being released this evening, and subsequent to that will be transported to the Nye County Detention Center, where he will be charged for at least the charge of attempted murder. Any further information will be provided at a later point. We will provide a complete briefing after 72 hours, which is standard procedure. Thank you.
And a 19-year-old is arrested in Las Vegas in connection to a fatal shooting. RJ Camacho has this story.
On May 6, Las Vegas police responded to a home at the 2200 block of Mariposa Avenue at approximately 4 a.m. after a man claimed that his son had shot his friend. Upon arrival, officers located the teen, who was identified as Cesar Sandoval, and placed him into handcuffs. Sandoval told officers that the shooting occurred in the area of St. Louis and 15th Street, and allegedly admitted to shooting his friend inside of a gray Honda. Officers responded to the area and located the vehicle. Within the vehicle, officers found a deceased female sitting in the driver's seat, slumped against the door. A gunshot wound was located on the victim's forehead. The victim was identified as 18-year-old Jaslyn Johnson. Detectives with the LVMPD began to interview the parents of Sandoval, who reported that their son left their home between the hours of 9 and 10 in the evening. Son was picked up in the gray Honda that the victim was found shot in. The son did not arrive home again until around 3 a.m., where his parents reported that he was hysterical and in a panic. Sandoval told his parents about what had transpired and allegedly pleaded with them to not call the police. Sandoval allegedly refused to reveal the location of the gun that was used in the incident. Cesar Sandoval has been arrested and booked into the Clark County Detention Center under the charges of open murder with the use of a deadly weapon and destroying or concealing evidence.
More news now. Correctional officer with the Nevada Department of Corrections is arrested Tuesday after an investigation by the department's Office of the Inspector General. LaWayne Hardiman is booked into the Clark County Detention Center on suspicion of 2 counts of bribery of a public official, that's a C felony, and 6 counts of attempt to furnish a cell phone to a state prisoner, that's an E felony. The arrest came as part of a statewide initiative in cooperation with Governor Joe Lombardo's office to crack down on contraband in an effort to promote the safety of officers, staff, offenders, and the community, said James Zurenda, director of the Nevada Department of Corrections. We applaud our staff's commitment to remaining vigilant in upholding security measures and reporting suspicious activity. Hardiman was originally employed by the Nevada Department of Corrections as a correctional officer trainee in December 2020. and reassigned as an officer in February 2022. He was reinstated as an officer on October 16th, 2023. With a one-year probationary period, he was terminated from his employment on Tuesday. And U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen spoke at a recent Senate hearing where she praises Nevada's law enforcement officers, recognizing National Peace Officers Memorial Day.
This week is National Police Week, and in recognition of Nevada's law enforcement officers, U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen gave a speech on the Senate floor. She expressed her gratitude for their courageous work in order to keep Nevadans safe.
In Nevada, while we're a state that welcomes visitors from around the world, our policemen and women are critical for protecting our communities, not only our communities, but also all of those visitors. It's a task that they've proven time and time again that they stand ready for. More than 6 years ago, Las Vegas experienced the deadliest mass shooting in American history. And in that moment, local police and first responders ran towards danger to neutralize the threat, to get people to safety, and to save countless lives. Because you know why? That's what they're trained to do.
She continued on, stating that regardless of whether it's a major emergency, domestic dispute, or a routine traffic stop, the brave women and men of Nevada's law enforcement community put their lives on the line.
And I want Nevada law enforcement to know I have your back. As I've met with police officials across my state of Nevada, they consistently told me one of the biggest challenges they're facing is the dire shortage of officers and support staff. We must tackle this head on. That's why I'm working across party lines to make sure we take action here in Congress to hire and to retain more officers. I signed on to bipartisan legislation, the Recruit and Retain Act, which will establish a federal pipeline between local police departments and schools to help facilitate recruitment activities and encourage young people into these careers. It's going to also help cover some of the costs associated with recruitment and onboarding, making it easier to bring on these new officers.
Earlier this month, Jackie Rosen's department visited Nevada's annual Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Ceremony in order to pay respects to the 5 new officers whose names were added to the memorial this year.
Mr. President, to honor their lives and their bravery, I ask unanimous consent to submit a list of the names of the 5 fallen law enforcement officers who were added to the Nevada Law Enforcement Officers Memorial for printing in the Congressional Record.
Without objection.
Thank you. These brave officers, they made the ultimate sacrifice for our communities, and they deserve our eternal gratitude. I promise that I will keep working with my colleagues across the aisle to support our police departments, support the officers who serve, to support our staff, and to support all of their families.
And today, May 15th, is National Peace Officers Memorial Day. This day has been dedicated to all the peace officers who have sacrificed their lives or have been disabled in the line of duty. Many law enforcement personnel know someone who has made the ultimate sacrifice. We'll be back right after this. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening tonight. The Mirage Hotel and Casino has finally officially announced today that the casino will be closing on July 17th, 2024. Samantha Roberts reports.
Today, Wednesday, May 15th, the Mirage Hotel and Casino officially announced that the casino will be closing on July 17th, 2024. This will allow crews to begin remodeling the property to become the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and Guitar Hotel Las Vegas. Hard Rock International Chairman Jim Allen said, "We'd like to thank the Las Vegas community and team members for warmly welcoming Hard Rock after enjoying 34 years at the Mirage. We'd also like to thank the unions, community leaders, local and state government organizations, and the Gaming Commission for their support and fair negotiations over the past year. Also, we are grateful to MGM for assisting with our transition. During this transformation, guests with room reservations or show tickets beyond July 14, 2024 will automatically be canceled and refunded. Guests that used a third-party provider or online travel agency will also automatically be canceled. Hard Rock officials said that the company will pay about $80 million in severance packages for eligible union and non-union employees remaining with the property through the end of operations. Hard Rock plans to add 800 to 1,000 hotel rooms, renovate the existing rooms, renovate the casino floor to include 1,800 slot machines and 200 table games, adding close to 3,000 theater seats, as well as renovate and expand the event and meeting spaces.
And Las Vegas offers so much in terms of entertainment, culture, food, and fun. News 25 correspondent Maria Centers now joins us with an explosive segment about one of the city's leading museums.
As News 25 Las Vegas continues to take an inside look at historical venues across the city, this evening we're featuring the National Atomic Testing Museum that lays just off the Strip. The Smithsonian-affiliated institution showcases lessons of the past and present regarding nuclear deterrence and geopolitical history.
The Atomic Museum is the only place here in Las Vegas where people can enjoy both everything from learning about Oppenheimer and the real story behind that, but also atomic pop culture and even the science and the technology behind the development and testing of these weapons, all the way up to even what's going on today. And so it's really the one-stop shop for everything atomic.
The private National Museum is charged by U.S. Congress to preserve the history of and offer public education concerning the nation's nuclear testing program, while upholding the mission of the Nevada Test Site Historical Foundation.
Here at the Atomic Museum, some of the most popular displays that we have and things that I really enjoy sharing with our guests is our pop culture display, which really highlights the popularity of the atomic bomb and atomic testing in the 1950s. And we really use that as a way to introduce our visitors to what people were thinking and feeling in the 1950s, and how later on that really changed and reflected the change here in the United States. And so it's a great way for people to learn more about the 1950s, but also to see items that were all atomic and nuclear inspired, everything from dinnerware to an atomic science kit. So you name it, we have it on display.
The collection right here in Las Vegas serves as the only location where a large nuclear reactor that was used in the formation of the first air-to-air missile and nuclear rocket can be viewed.
We're a hidden gem of a museum here in Las Vegas, and if you're looking for a place to bring your family or friends and want to learn more about science or history or entertainment, we're really the one-stop shop for all things atomic. And come on by, we'd love to welcome you.
Reporting from Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers with News 25 Las Vegas.
Maria, you always know how to ignite things. The Atomic Museum is open daily from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. General admission is $29. Nevada residents are discounted to $25, while military and first responders are priced at $27. A K-9 at the Harry Reid International Airport is gearing up for his retirement. Mikey Ruhan has the details.
A long-serving K-9 at Harry Reid International Airport is gearing up for his retirement. Last week, airport officials helped give 10-year-old vet Dodie the proper goodbye with a tennis ball send-off. Dodie is a German wire-haired pointer born in the Netherlands in September 2012. In his free time, he enjoys napping and going on walks with his dad/handler, Rudy Torres.
Sports coming up. We'll tell you all about the Las Vegas Aces, how they did. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Well, Las Vegas Aces made their home court debut last night. Mikey Ruhan has your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Las Vegas Aviators took care of business last night against the El Paso Chihuahuas. 3-2. Who let the dogs out? Rematch tonight at 7:05. The Las Vegas Aces received their championship rings last night, and then they unveiled and raised their WNBA championship banner. The Aces beat the Phoenix Mercury 89-90. Up next for them, they welcome the Los Angeles Sparks on Saturday. UNLV hockey announced it'll face two varsity teams, including the NCAA champion Denver Pioneers, in exhibition matches this upcoming season. Skating Rebels will travel to face Denver at Magnus Arena on December 28th and Colorado College on December 29th at Robson Arena. Pahrump Valley Trojans softball, they're headed to the state champions. That game is in progress. They challenge Boulder City. Go Trojans, and that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you very much, Mikey. I think I'm catching Aces fever already. And News 25 made a special trip to Texas to speak with Christian Leahy, founder and CEO of Gold Standard X.
Southern Nevada News Network traveled all the way to Dallas, Texas to speak to Christian Leahy of Gold Standard X, who's a leading expert in high-end precious metals.
So about 15 years ago, I started collecting coins in Kansas, and so I had a type set, so I would get one coin of each variety of the United States. Soon started having duplicates of those coins, so I started selling some of those collectible coins, and I soon realized that we had a broader market and there was more need to also do precious metals. So we started doing bars of gold and silver and then also rounds along with collectible coins.
What exactly constitutes a premium when purchasing precious metals, and what would be considered typical or normal premiums?
Typically, you will see the price of gold or silver to be the paper traded price or the melt price. That is usually not going to include any premium whatsoever. There will be a premium on those bars and rounds depending on how rare the item is. So a standard premium would be under 10%. So if you're buying an ounce of gold for say $2,000 an ounce, you would expect to pay $2,200 or less for a standard bar or round of gold. That being said, if the item is collectible or rare, it has any numismatic or collectible value, you can see a significant premium over that. So if that coin is maybe a key date or something collectible, then the metal price would have less of an influence on its total value.
How can individuals reach out to Gold Standard X for assisting with evaluating collections or purchasing precious metals from your website?
Yes, absolutely. So you can reach Gold Standard X via email 24/7. You can reach out to us at info@bidgoldstandard.com. You can also reach out via our phone lines. They're available Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We also have direct Slack messages, or you can send a number of messages on the different platforms we are on, and we will absolutely get back to you within a few hours. Gold Standard X is open 7 days a week. We hold auctions through the weekend. We have advisors available Monday through Friday to take any questions or see if there's an avenue that works best for you, whether you're buying or selling. We're happy to work with evaluating collections and also seeing what we can do for you.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam. Beautiful pictures as usual right outside the KPVM television studios. And well, there are going to be some windy gusts in the forecast. There is a big music festival coming to Las Vegas. We'll see how that plays out.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Pahrump's Bill Huckstedler, Republican candidate for State Senate District 19, endorsed by the Nye County GOP.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Roy Rosell here from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and streaming everywhere at KPVM.TV and now Roku. Taking a look at Nevada right now, up in northern Nevada, Fernley is at 84 degrees, Fallon is at 85, Carson City at 82, Tonopah at 78 degrees, Goldfield at 80 degrees, Beatty at 92 degrees, Amargosa at 96 degrees, Las Vegas is also at 92 degrees, and Death Valley is at 107 degrees. Here in the Paradise and Pahrump, it's currently 91 degrees. The high just a little while ago was 92 degrees. It was mostly sunny today, humidity 10%, and the sun rose this morning at 5:36 and is setting at 7:43 p.m. The humidity tonight is going to be 21%. The low tonight is going to be 62 degrees with clear skies. Let's take a look at the rest of the week. It looks like there's going to be sunny skies for the rest of the week into next week until next Monday. As well as our temperatures, you can see us going from the 90s back down into the 80s next week, all the way down to 81. We're pushing the low 80s. And with a roller coaster, back to the desk, here's Chris.
Thank you very much, Miss Roselle. Looking pretty good there. Well, it's going to get chilly on Sunday at 89 degrees. That'll just about do it for us today. Chris Palermo, thanks for watching.